What's up, guys? Today is March the 7th, 2019, and I wanted to do a story about relationships and who to talk to when you are having issues in your relationship. So, I'm just going to tell you guys some things that went on with me. This happens back in 2014 when we first became parents to our daughter, Hannah. When she was first placed with us, me and Brian had started struggling in our relationship, mainly because we were first-time parents, number one. Number two, everybody who's a mom know that usually the mother is doing more than the father. And it was stressful. Along with that, you know, since I didn't carry Hannah and we had her naturally, all of the stresses of dealing with a birth mom, going to the courts every month, going to home visits, and all of this stress was going on. So it was hard. So around Easter 2014, we usually always go and visit friends and family. Now, I'm not going to tell you what friend this was. I mean, you may or may not figure it out. Some of you might. But this person was my best friend, and she still is. I love her to death. She's like not my friend. She's kind of like my sister. I love her to the moon and back. So we were going to visit her, and her daughter has a daughter that is the same age as our daughter. And it just happened that way. It's so weird. Like, they're the same age. And her daughter just happens to be our goddaughter. So we were going down there for Easter. And I had confided in my best friend, and I said, look, don't play around with me and Brian because we're struggling in our relationship. You know, sometimes she would play around, just, you know, like, oh, Kieran's always giving you a hard time, Brian. And I said, just don't. I said, everything's kind of sensitive right now. I said, it's probably me because I said, I'm just having a hard time. So she was like, okay, well, I'll just, you know, pray for y'all, whatever. So anyway, we get down there and we're having a good time. Me and Brian and Hannah, we stay at their house. And usually I'm always the first to go to bed because when we go down there, we always stay up really late and then get up really early. So I was exhausted, so I went to bed. Brian stayed up with my best friend and her daughter, and they talked. So something was said, like, I wasn't there, but apparently my best friend said, well, Brian, I can tell that Kieran has really been treating you bad, and we feel so bad for you. And so that seed was planted in his mind that I was treating him bad. So the next morning, nothing was said to me about the conversation. So 6 months pass. We come home. 6 months pass. Me and Brian have this huge argument, like this really big fight. And then he throws out there, even your best friend said that you treat me bad and that you're mean and that you're rude. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? And he said, well, this is what was said. And then so he, you know, angrily tells me what the conversation was about. So at this point, I'm more hurt and betrayed than mad. So I call my best friend and I'm like, why, what? You know, you knew that we were having problems. Why did you do that? Why would you? And then she says, well, I did see that you were being short with him and that you were just being mean the whole time you guys were here. And I said, and I told you that we were having issues. Why would you say that? I said, we just had a fight and he brought that up. So anyway, we were mad. I didn't talk to her for a long time after that. I don't even think they came to Hannah's birthday party that summer. It was just bad. Eventually, I forgave her, and I said, you know, this stupid fight isn't worth losing my friendship with you because we've been friends for so long. And I just moved on from that. But it taught me a lesson that when you're having problems in your marriage, the first person that you should go to and confide in is God. Even when you feel like, I need to go talk to my friend, I need to go talk to my mom, I need to go talk to my sisters, you know, it's comfortable to go talk to those people that you can see, feel, and touch, as opposed to going into your prayer closet, getting on your knees and praying. It is more comfortable going and just talking to them. So she made the mistake of looking into a situation and thinking that it was one way when it wasn't. Like, she was thinking, oh, you know, Karen is being so mean to Brian. He's such a nice guy. She needs to stop. But the thing was, at that time, Brian was being very mean to me. I mean, at home, when we were out in public, he was this nice, jolly guy who was full of jokes and the life of the party. But then as soon as we got home, he was mean. He wouldn't say anything to me. He was just a horrible person. I mean, he would make me cry. He was totally different. So you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. So you can't judge a relationship by what you see. So, and then eventually all of that started to come out. So our relationship had started to decline. I mean, it was going downhill. The D word started to get thrown out there from him and from me. I just kind of went into this major depression around the time I stopped doing videos. It was bad. Like, we weren't being intimate at all. We were just coexisting. Finally, I didn't care. You know, at one point I was just like, I'm just gonna let. It was bad. It was really bad. Like, his sister came over in 2016 around Easter. I don't know what it is about Easter, and he just started yelling at me about something really stupid, and his sister jumped in and got on his side, and then she and I got into this big fight. And he should have put her in her place and said, this is none of your business, but he didn't. So to this day, she and I don't have a relationship. And she and I used to be best friends, and we don't have a relationship because of that. And all this was in front of Hannah, which I regret that. It's crazy. But I forgave her for the things that were said and done back then. But I don't think she's ever forgave me for the things that were said and done from me. I don't think. And that's unfortunate. So all of that was happening, and I finally started talking to people at my church about it. I started praying, and I felt like God started revealing to me who I can trust and talk to about it. So I started talking to prayer partners at my church, and they started praying with me, and I started setting aside a time. Every Monday I would pray and fast concerning my relationship, even when I didn't even care if we lasted or not. I didn't care one way or the other, but I was just being obedient to what I thought God wanted me to do. So I would pray and read the Bible, and I would journal, and things started turning around. And now things are much better. I mean, it's just amazing how when we listen to God and we're obedient and we do things even when we don't want to do them, how God will turn things around. He even turned my heart around because here comes FedEx. I got a FedEx package. Sorry. He even turned my heart around towards my husband because I just didn't know if I wanted to stay married to him. So much stuff had been said and done. But whenever I would think about it, I thought about our daughter, and my daughter is such a daddy's girl. She loves her father, and I would think about how Brian and I, we had been together since 2003. We got into this thing, and we've known each other since 1997. And we got into this thing together to be parents, out of, to adopt a foster kid and to be parents. And I was like, I need to fight for my marriage, even if I don't feel like it. I need to fight for my marriage, and I need to show Hannah that you don't just give up. And I guess he was feeling the same way. So things have really turned around, and it's not perfect, nothing is, but we're still working on it. And I'm just, me and my best friends, we're still best friends. We're in a great place. I forgave her. We talked about that. I mean, we're stronger since that has happened. And, it's just, it's all good. So anyway, guys, I hope that encouraged someone who may be going through a difficult time in their marriage. And, all I have to say is add Jesus to the equation and things will change. All right. Sorry about that. All right. Have a good day. See you in the next video. Bye.